The UK, France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Japan have issued a joint statement on the Strait of Hormuz. They have condemned in the strongest terms Iran's attacks on commercial vessels in the Gulf and have called on the country to cease its threats, laying of mines, drone and missile attacks, and other attempts to block the strait. 6 nations say that they are ready to contribute to what they describe as appropriate efforts to ensure safe passage through the strait, and go on to promise other steps to stabilize energy markets. These include working with certain producing nations to increase output. Al Jazeera's Natacha Butler is live from Paris. Natacha, some of this language, much of it I would say, is quite vague. What do we actually learn from this statement?
Yes, it is indeed the statement by 6 countries. As you say, the leader also of France on that statement. Now, clearly, these countries are increasingly concerned about this escalating conflict. They are concerned about its human cost, and they are very worried about what is happening with energy prices. They're calling there, we saw in that statement, on Iran to stop its strikes on those commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, also to stop its strikes on civilian infrastructure and also energy infrastructure. We saw what happened in Qatar a bit earlier. And then that vague language that you have referred to, I mean, it is clearly not clear what they are exactly saying. We were just in a French foreign ministers meeting a bit earlier, and I asked about this statement because the statement talks about some sort of preparations being made, perhaps to secure the Strait of Hormuz. It talks about various nations coming together to do that, but it is vague. Now, what the spokesman at the French Foreign Ministry, the Quai d'Orsay here, said to me was, look, yes, we are talking amongst allies and we're looking at the steps we can take together to try and secure safe passage for ships. But the stage at which they are at, he wouldn't go any further. He wouldn't say whether or not they are at a stage of knowing exactly which countries are going to take part, exactly when this might happen. I did also ask him whether or not the United States was being briefed, whether it was going to be involved. He said, of course, the United States is being briefed, but he wouldn't say whether or not the US would be involved. But what we do know is a bit earlier in the week, the French President Emmanuel Macron did address this. He said at the time that France would not embark on any mission to try and secure the Strait of Hormuz until the situation was a bit calmer. Now, clearly, we are not in a situation that is calm at all now. So it is not clear, again, whether or not we are going to see any of these countries, these 6 nations, come together to try and actually move forward with any plans to try and secure that strait.
Natacha Butler reporting from Paris. Thank you very much, Natacha.